Hi, I'm Rachael Richards, Aspen City Council member and longtime community member. I'm here today to talk to you about the COVID-19 outbreak in our community and what we can all do about it. I guess I'd really like to start by saying I've never been more proud or thankful of this community. In the 40 years I've lived here, we've risen to a lot of challenges, but this one is really tough. I want to thank you for the social distancing that you've been practicing so well, which has kept us from having further surges and this kind of exponential growth that we've seen in the virus in other communities. But we're not out of the woods yet. This is going to take a bit longer. Every time you're not in contact with other people, you are helping save lives. And every time you wear a mask when you go out and you social distance, if you're getting a little recreational exercise, that is saving lives. We have a very high percentage of seniors within our community and those who perhaps lack the resources to have really cared after their health. This is a valley-wide issue, and so as much as we're saving our community in Aspen, we're saving the valley. It has been a lot of sacrifice for everyone without work, and I want to let people know what we're doing. The City of Aspen has put forward allocation of $5 million as an initial relief package that we can distribute through emergency assistance for families for financial aid. The financial aid resources and emergency relief can be found by calling 429-3350 or checking the Pitkin County website at pitkincounty.com and click on the tab for financial relief. The city is offering the county additional assistance to be able to process those sort of applications early on. And for those who qualify, certainly proceeding through Pitkin County Public Health and their website to unemployment benefits, Medicaid sign up for those who've lost their insurance, and supplemental nutritional assistance. There's a lot more going on than just that. This is a multi-pronged attack from our community to attack this virus, and you are a big part of it. So as small as your contribution may seem by staying alone, it's a big contribution. Raindrops make a river, and we are all making a river of public health in our community. I read recently that a good comparison to look at or think about is a grain of salt, a single grain of salt out of a shaker. Next to the side of that, you could line up 10 human cells. But next to that, you could line up 100 bacteria. But they're giants compared to viruses. Next to those, you could line up 1,000 viruses. So this is how small this invisible enemy is and how easy it is to pick up and transmit if you're not careful and you're not social distancing, you're not wiping your hands a lot, you're not wiping down surfaces. So please help keep yourself and your family safe so that we can begin the recovery. A lot of work is going on behind the scenes with the Chamber of Commerce, with the banks, with others to talk about how do we reopen this summer and how do we all get back to work like we'd like to. But it's going to take time, and the longer and the better we fight the disease by social distancing, the sooner we can all get back to work. This is really an important fact, and there's been a lot of other small measures taken I'd like you to know about. City Market and Clark's Market are now allowing bags, paper bags for free with no bag fee. If you're going to bring a reusable bag, you need to have washed it out first, and they will ask you to load it yourself. But there is no fee for using the paper bags and having something fresh each time. The landfill is closed to general traffic. The waste haulers can go up there, but in general, it's not open for business the way it's been in the past to look through the use it again lot or anything like that. I'm trying to think of a bunch of other things we're working on. We are working on relief throughout the valley through the Aspen Community Foundation and all of their partners who are nonprofits to assist residents literally throughout the entire corridor of our workforce. and they are taking volunteers. So if you would like to volunteer, please contact the Aspen Community Foundation. They are needing people to answer phones and to help direct people into the right directions. Later, as things progress, they're going to be helping with food deliveries for people who are shut in, or assisting getting prescriptions that people may need from the pharmacy without vulnerable people having to go to the pharmacy. So your help is needed. We're working with APSHA on our affordable housing rental properties and finding some sort of relief for the fact that people aren't working, and or the fact that it's going to be hard to make your hours by the end of the year. We are incredibly sympathetic to the issues and concerns that all of our community members have, workforce or retired. So we're trying to take care. There are information daily. I really encourage people to do two things. One is kind of Google and Google Health and see what's going on nationally. We're not an island in this. We are fighting our own battle here locally, but we're all fighting a national battle. And so let's participate in that. It really does also help explain the context that we're all seeing with the shortages of testing, the lack of accurate testing, the lack of the personal protective equipment that you need to do testing. And so testing for this community is a top priority for all of us through the incident management team and our community and the city of Aspen. But we simply have to make sure it's a test that's accurate, that doesn't have an unnecessarily high false negative and false positive rate. So just remember, you know, if you're negative, that just means you're still vulnerable and your neighbors are vulnerable. So please continue the social distancing. That's the single greatest tool, along with personal hygiene, that we all have to fight this right now. You know, it's worth reminding that a certain percentage of the carriers, of people who have come in contact with the virus, will be asymptomatic. They will not show the fever. They won't show the symptoms. And then you can then accidentally be a carrier and accidentally be transmitting it to other people. I really worry about that myself, but I think we all can do our part by staying apart, whether we're symptomatic or not. And if you are symptomatic, stay home. Call the hotlines. Get advice from your doctor. Get advice from the hospital, through your doctor, of what steps you need to take and what steps will actually perhaps accelerate to the desire and need to get hospitalized. We want everyone to get the medical care that they need, but for most people, it's going to be advice to stay at home, take the over-the-counter medications that you normally would to get over a flu, and just track your symptoms. If anything worsens, that's when you step up to the level of hospitalization or testing for hospitalization. So those are about the main things. On the website, you can find more information and take a look at the pitkincounty.com to be able to fill out the symptom tracker. Because of the dearth of testing availability in the whole state of Colorado, many counties and communities have gone to asking people to self-report their symptoms. It gives us a chance to understand the potential of community spread, and how many perhaps are recovering at home. And over time, this will help us with the antibody tests that we hope to procure in finding out who is relatively safe because they've passed through it and may have developed an immunity, who is still vulnerable because they have not come in contact with this disease. As we flatten the curve, incredibly important to not overwhelming the healthcare system and the availability of life-saving equipment for people who may have other issues, who may have had a heart attack or maybe a car accident. This is why we don't want the hospital systems overwhelmed. But even as we're doing that, in a way, we're lengthening the curve. Once you've hit your peak and your plateau, the virus hasn't gone away. It's just not accelerating exponentially the same way. So we will all need to continue to practice great hygiene in the future, pay attention to the governor's orders regarding stay-at-home order, and pay attention to the Pickens County Public Health Director orders as well. They are our watch guards. They are working tirelessly, and they appreciate your help. So thank you very much from City Hall, and keep persevering, keep shouldering on. It's hard for all of us. We're social animals, you know. I haven't seen my boyfriend in 2 months. I'm going crazy. So we'll make it. It's just a bit longer. Thank you, everyone.